Hi, it's Paul here, and I want to welcome you to this webinar based on the deep language of the decision brain. And I think it's a really important body of work, especially if you're a marketer and want to increase your sales and, of course, increase your profits. Now, I was a struggling businessman, just like most people, and my sort of earnings were in the sort of minuscule thousands of dollars. And I started to think about, well, how can I actually improve my profit results? How can I improve my marketing results? And so that took me into the study of how human beings actually make decisions, the processes that they actually go through. Now, when I started to apply that information to my marketing, then literally as if overnight, my sales and profits went from thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars literally into multiple millions of dollars, as if it was sort of overnight, a space of 12 months. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who studies this and applies that actually gets those results, or I'm not saying that they're typical results. I'm just saying the power of the information that I'm going to share with you on this webinar is basically second to none. And when you can apply that, and especially the principles I'm going to take you through, when you can apply that to your marketing and when you can apply that to your copy, you are going to get really powerful results, and that's going to increase your sales, it's going to increase your appointments, it's going to increase your literal profits. Now let me just take you through some of the information that I'm going to share with you. So decision science is actually based on the deep language of the decision brain. And when you think about that, there's processes that the brain actually goes through when it's making decisions. Now, I know I've got a lot of information up here on the screen, but basically I want to take you through the neuroarchitecture of decision making, especially as it applies to somebody potentially buying your service or buying your product. And the whole intention of this webinar is to basically allow you to start to increase your profitability by using marketing that's directed specifically to the decision brain through the only language it actually knows how to pay attention to. And so we've got to get it to pay attention. We've got to use things like novelty and discomfort. We've got to really tap into that brain so that we can get it emotionally aroused and bought into or buying into the messages that you're actually conveying. Because unless that emotional arousal takes place, then new synaptic conditioning won't happen, which, in other words, the brain won't remember. And if the brain doesn't remember, then you lessen your chances of actually making a purchase. But see, the more new synaptic conditioning that you get, you start to develop this thing called pre-purchase intent, which means that the decision is already made to accept you, and then that's going to lead to profitable outcomes. Now, in terms of being able to influence the real decision brain, we've got to know which part of the brain actually makes decisions. And we've got to get your marketing to target that part of the brain that makes decisions. And we've got to target it through a particular language structure. Now that language structure involves attention-grabbing words. It understands that the brain that you're going to target in your marketing is me-centric. It requires contrast. It's very visual in nature. It's very bound to emotions, but those are those sort of primal survival emotions that are so much more powerful. And it wants to know, it wants to understand, it wants to see tangible outcomes. Now, when you point all of that to the real decision brain, then you're going to get increased profitability. And then I'm going to show you how to package that together through a 4-stage profit matrix. So I'm going to show you that you've got to stimulate the right attention grabber for your ideal customer. And if you don't do that, then we've fallen at the first hurdle. Then I'm going to take you through a way of describing your unique solutions. I want you to stand out from all of the other people that may be in the market, may be offering similar things to you, but it's your uniqueness and your unique approach to solutions that is going to grab the attention of the decision brain. And then we're going to deliver your message through its core language. It's the only language it will pay attention to. It's the only language that it will understand. And when we do that, when we can start to package that, we're now going to present evidence of the tangible gains that a person will get from working with you, from engaging in your solutions, from actually buying you. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to take you through a lot more. So I hope you're really prepared. I hope you come with some serious note-taking ability, because it's going to be jam-packed. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on that deep language of the decision brain. Until then, it's bye from me.